So that's going to lead right into one of the top questions that we get all the time is what equipment do you use and how do you produce so much content so quickly? What is that method behind the scenes of how you get this system running?
So I have my iPhone 15 Pro Max and I have a $15 ring light.
Not even a microphone.
I've had microphones in the past. The problem is I travel constantly and then I lose them or they break or I didn't bring it. The quality is better when I have a microphone, but nobody cares about the quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody cares if I edit it. Nobody cares if I have makeup on. Nobody cares if I flub up. I beta tested everything. And that's one of the mistakes that agents make is they feel like it has to be perfect like the nightly news. Nobody
Mm.
wants that. If you just like low quality crap, I mean, I just pull my phone out of my pocket when I'll think about something. And so that could be in the parking lot, you know.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh yeah, this is something that people are really confused about. So I don't do anything out of a studio and I don't have any expensive equipment.
That's so awesome. How often are you producing content?
So I might go for weeks without posting or without producing anything. And then I might do 20 videos today because they're only 1 minute,
Sure.
Mm.
you know? So it just depends. Like I have a lot of company in the winter when I'm down
Mm.
here in Florida. So I don't have a lot of time where it's quiet enough to even get a minute. So when everybody goes to play tennis or golf, I might do 12 videos.
That's incredible. And one thing I hope our audience hears from your story today is that again, you don't need a whole elaborate setup to get started. If inspiration strikes, whip out the phone and record it right there. Often, Sylvia, we hear that the hardest part is just getting started. So again, I hope that point is really driven home today for our audience. You also mentioned that how you repurpose content. Can you speak to that a little bit as well? Because so much of content creation these days can often just be working smarter, not harder. Can you touch on that a little?
So I don't know if I'm using Repurpose IO right now or if we've switched it, but basically you just get an app that you pay 30 bucks a month and then it will take your content from one site and populate all the other sites. I'm not on X, but normally you would just populate all the sites.
How do you come up with your content? So you put out such great content and it's so relevant to your audiences. Is there a system that you use? Like, how do you collect all of those questions that you're answering? What does that system look like? Because I think that's one of the biggest questions we get from people is, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to post.
So we have a seasonal calendar to our business. So, like right now, everybody's really interested in taxes. And then, OEP is touchy because you're not really supposed to talk about OEP, but OEP factors into this first quarter. And then you got, your annual notice of change letter, you got your AEP, you got what to expect in January. So there's a lot of seasonality of stuff that you need to talk about every year.
How do
And then
oh,
all the
excuse me.
rest of it is comments, questions, emails. We work with thousands of agents. So agents will call me and they'll say, this is a really hard one. Nobody knows the answer. And I'm like, usually I don't know the answer, probably 50-50. I don't know the answer either. It's a really esoteric question. So I'm like, if I don't know, nobody knows. So I get fed a lot of questions. Then these leads all go to my son's company, the Medicare family. And so they get comments, questions every day. People like, I bought your book, I read it, and I still have all these questions. So it's never ending. You'll never run out of content. And the thing that agents need to remember is agents want to think, oh, I've already made a video explaining how to enroll in A and B. I can't make that again. But you're going to make that video over and over and over again because you're always adding new people. And when you put out a piece of content, everybody doesn't see it. So you can have a concept that you want to make a video right now about Part D max, hitting your max. You can make 10 videos about that right now. You won't post them all right now, but you'll have them lined up so you can post one a week for the next 10 weeks. So people are
Yeah.
trying to make too much fresh, original content.
If you liked that video that you just watched, then we have a feeling that you're going to like these videos as well.
Be sure to like and follow along with our channel. Subscribe. We have a lot of great videos headed your way.